Hi, welcome back to Grains of Small Places. I thought I would jump on here and give you a little update. So my last video, I showed you the tour of the inside of the farmhouse from basically, we had been working on it for a slight bit of time, but pretty much from the beginning. And then the video before that, my daughter had went around and showed you all of the outbuildings, like the barn and the condition and all of that. Today, we finally did get moved into the house before the big ice storm hit. We got a lot of ice. In fact, it's still icy everywhere on the ground, and it's the first day. I guess there's been one day above freezing for the last, I don't know, maybe 10 days. But today is actually supposed to be in the 50s. So we finally got to get some things going. So because of the weather, we haven't been able to get any shipments as far as FedEx, UPS, Amazon Prime does not deliver here. They use FedEx and UPS, and they have been holding our packages because they said it's been not safe enough to drive to deliver them. So it's kind of brought all of our things like solar and stuff like that to a screeching halt for just a moment. But today is Monday, and we're hoping to be able to get some things in today. Also, because it's above freezing, it's the first day that we've been able to really work much outside. So I'm excited because today we might be getting water into the house. So we rented a ditch witch to trench a line from the well house to the house, or to the basement, to where we can put in the power from the house solar system to the well house. So right now, if we want to, we do luckily have water, and I'm grateful for that. And if we want to take a shower or do dishes or anything like that, the pump has to be the usually 2 to 3 times we have to go out to the well house and start the engine to get the water to pump. And so sometimes when it's 5 degrees outside and icy all the way to the thing, we've fallen many times starting that pump. So it will be really exciting to be able to not have to go out there to start the pump, have the water, be able to just turn on the faucet and use the water will be nice. So the wood stove is doing a really nice job. It heats the water up for us so that we can use hot water until we get everything figured out with the water. So we're trenching that line today to be able to hopefully get that all. We bought a new well pump so that it can be put underground instead of above ground. So we also don't have to worry about the well house freezing. So that was another challenge. We had to make sure that the pipes did not burst inside the well house during the cold weather, because that did happen before we moved in and bought the place.
It got really, really icy, so we had to use Bessie to help dig this out.
And then we figured, while we have the trencher, we're going to go ahead and trench a line from the basement to the solar. So we'll have the solar panels. We were going to put them on one of the other outbuildings, but the roof wasn't big enough and it didn't have quite the best angled roof. So we chose to put them on the barn, and it's south facing, so it will get better solar coverage. I guess I don't know a lot about solar. That's all Matt's thing. And I believe if you're interested, he's going to make a whole video on the solar for you if you want to know, how he did it or all of those things. But right now we're trenching a line to the house, to the barn, so we can charge our solar system. Right now we have the batteries and inverters hooked up. He did all of that before we moved in so we could run the house off of a generator. So we're still using a generator to charge those batteries. So it'll be nice to have solar in there, because the generator, the inverter and the batteries run like the hot water tank and some of the other things, but when we turn on the generator, it'll turn off the power, and it doesn't like to handle some of the bigger appliances. And so it'll be nice to be able to have it charged by the solar panels whenever they get here. They're not here yet, so whenever they get here, that will be exciting as well. So we'll probably show you guys once the solar panels get here what that's like. But We were nice and cozy in the house with the wood burning stove. I was very pleased with the warmth and coziness that it had in an RV. If you've ever been in one in the winter time, they're not very well insulated. They're very cold. You just can't ever seem to get warm. So it was really nice to be able to get in the house and be nice and cozy and warm. We do just have some mattresses on the floor right now, basically in our living room, which is where the wood stove is, to keep warm. So eventually we will finish the rest so that we can move things along the way. But also, we didn't move from a house to this house, so we didn't have a lot of furniture of our own. Most RV furniture is built in. We did pull our mattresses out of there and the couch out of there so that we could have somewhere to sit. And exciting, we got a table, and finally it's starting to feel a little bit more like home. This was a all solid wood table from the Amish. We thought that would fit in here perfectly. It makes it feel more like home. We can enjoy our meals together, which we always love to do, even in the RV. So that will be nice to be able to enjoy those meals. So if you missed the videos if you're just catching on, we've lived in an RV for over 10 years, traveling full time around the United States. We bought this Amish farm, and we're getting it all so that it's functional for our family, and trying to also still keep some of the character of the beautifulness and the fantastic craftsmanship that the Amish had when they built this. You could tell that they really did a nice job. It's nice and sturdy, it's well insulated, and we're just really happy to have found this property. It was muddy, it was messy, but it's done. So if you missed those videos, jump on back. I think it's 2 videos back we have where we bought the place, and my daughter shows you those outbuildings and the barn and all of that stuff. And then the next video, which is the last video that I posted, is a tour of the inside of the house. And then I'm gonna try to keep you guys updated as we go so that you can see the progress and what is going on. It's a little hard to share some of these things online. We're kind of like personal people, or we're kind of like more private people. I know that sounds funny to say with an online channel, but I'm used to stationary videos, just basically cooking and tutorials. So it's kind of hard to show this stuff online to people because, you know, occasionally you get not kind comments and things like that. But we're going to try our best because I know a lot of you are supporters of our channel. So we're going to try to keep you in the loop and let you know what's going on and what we're doing and all of that. So I hope you're along for the ride, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by Grains in Small Places. Goodbye. So we went and got some pullets. So they're supposed to be all female chickens, but we think there could be possibly a rooster in here. We'll find out as they grow. We got 4 chocolate Orpingtons, I believe, and 4 Starlight green eggers, and 3 sapphire olive eggers. So those were the ones that they had. We do have another section here set up. We might get turkeys, heritage turkeys, or other chicks. So we're not sure yet. We'll see how this goes. This is a new experience for us. Well, Matt has had chickens before, but as the rest of our family, this is our first time having them. My sister has them, so I might be asking her for some tips.